right, doing another, I guess, look at another trainer that someone asked me about. So this is Delson Training. Number one trainer in the country. You know how I feel about that stuff. I've heard this guy's really good though, and someone was like, "Oh, what do you think about Delson?" So I'll check it out. I have not seen his content before, but we're gonna have a look, and I'm just gonna look at YouTube today. These videos can get really long if I start going into other stuff, but we're just gonna have a look at YouTube today. Basketball training, no website. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like number one trainer in the country sort of stuff, but to each their own. You got to do your marketing, does shorts, does videos. So I guess maybe we just dive into a video. Should we do Jace Carson, 6'6" freshman, Todd Pettiford declared for the draft. This is 1 month ago. So it still posts, not massive views on the latest ones. Not that that means anything. I'm just going to click on the latest video, and then we'll go to popular videos. So let's look at Jace Carson. So this 6'6" freshman. This is just like, it's hard to tell without seeing these kids. All right, so you know how I feel about trainers. Like, I don't post a lot of my individual workouts. I don't post hardly any of my individual workouts because I think there's something like intimate about it. Not in that way, obviously, but there's just something like getting that one-on-one, or if it's a small group session with the player, they have things that they're working on. They have things they're improving on. But really what you're doing as a trainer is you're like teaching them, letting them explore some stuff, whatever. But usually there's like a lot of history there. So for example, if I'm going to train a kid, typically I've already watched them play. I've seen game film. I've broken it down, and I'm identifying some things that they need to work on in their game. So without having any of that knowledge from me, watching this training session, it's really hard for me to tell, like, is this good? Is it bad? It just, like, if he's watching this and he's like, man, this kid is really struggling to score with this move, so we're going to work on it. We're going to add this. This is really going to put him over the edge. Maybe it is. When I watch this outside looking in, to me, it just is like, yeah, it's fun. To me, this is just fun. Like, this is a fun thing to work on. Not saying it's worthless. I think there is a place for working on fun stuff, working on if someone can show you some cool moves to work on, I think there's a place for it. I don't know what that place is. I used to work on fun moves all the time, but again, that's where my creativity came in. I'm like, oh, I watched Russell Westbrook do this, or I watched Steph Curry do this, or Jordan Poole do. Ooh, I'm going to go work on that move for a little bit because I was bored and wanted to have fun. But to do that in a training session, especially for kids that are a 6'6" freshman, if this is high school, like, man, this kid could definitely go somewhere and have a bright future. It's like, teach him the things that are going to get him to that next level, or be useful at that next level. And this is something the 6'6" freshman probably not going to step into the NBA or at the college level utilizing this move. This will work against bad defense. You know, it's going to work in AAU and stuff, but seeing practical things that you can apply to higher levels of basketball. Again, this is 10 seconds in or whatever, so. Down here.
Help you, like, get in your pocket, feel me? You gotta practice that. So here, when he tells you to go, first I want you to step with the cross, right? Because everything is about your range. So, punch out. 1, 2.
See, again, there's that negative step we talked about, right? The last couple videos ago. I think, and again, maybe I'm the weird one. Okay, you guys tell me. Maybe I'm the weird one. Other trainers, everyone, Delson, if this is you, like, feel free to reach out. I think if you're trying to go right, you should step with your right foot, right? Like your reach, planting with your left foot and reaching with your right foot. Like you can probably step across. You can probably step outside this circle very quickly. Like that's like boom. If you can get your foot there very quickly, that's far more beneficial than stepping backwards towards over the circle and then stepping forwards to here, or stepping backwards to plant and then get your left foot wherever he gets his left foot. So let's have a look at where he gets to.
1, 2.
Yeah, his right foot isn't even getting past the circle.
Pistol step. Feel me? Gives you a little boost.
And obviously he's starting further ahead. But look, like it's like a twinkle toe thing. Like you're not going anywhere. Now, again, bad defense, like this will work. But especially being 6'6", like if he can get his shoulders past the defender's hips. So if he can get his right foot, boom, step here, shoulders past the hips, they're done. Like they're beat. But if he's having to do this little like twinkle toes thing and try to run around them, it's not like that's a good defender will not let you get by with this. I think that's my biggest issue with a lot of these trainers. A lot of the stuff they show, it's going to work sometime. It's going to work. Like you need to learn it all. Yes, I get it, whatever. I think you should train like you're playing against the best defender you've ever played against. The best defender is not going to let you most times take that little short choppy step and not push you off your path. But if you can quickly explode and get your outside foot past their outside foot, then it doesn't matter if they push you or not. Your shoulders are already past them. If you do a crossover step and you kind of get that, they can push you off of your lane and you still have to run really hard and work really hard to get around them. I think the name of the game is get your foot and shoulders past their foot and their hips. And if you can do that, they're beat.
Nice. That's nice. That's how you gotta do it every time.
Like I think it's a lot of wasted movement to not get a lot out of it. Yeah, it's good mid-post stuff. The little hesitation, I like that. Being pedantic, this isn't for them. This is for people watching this wanting to, because you're not having someone constantly coach you. This dribble, this dribble needs to stay on the outside of your body, and you still need to finish on the outside of your body, putting the dribble right back to the middle and then finishing on the inside. Like any decent defense is just going to strip that away. So just be aware. See what I mean? The ball is like so exposed. Like if he just turned, he could just turn and swipe it. So just keep all that. Keep the ball outside. Again, assume you're playing against a competent defender. But again, it would have been to get the dunk for the video. I completely get it, but as a trainer and for improvement, be like, dude, if you can't dunk it by keeping it on this side of your body, you're probably not going to dunk it in a game against good defense either. I will say though, I teach this the opposite. I'm sorry. I only just realized. I actually teach this the opposite way, and I'll show you why. right here, like catching the ball in the post, you don't want to be turning your back to the defense and to the offense. Like you want to see the whole middle of the floor. So I would teach to catch this and turn baseline, or open up towards the middle so you can see everything, but going baseline. So they're attacking the middle. I would be saying you need to catch and open up going to the baseline. The reason is you want to catch, look, see everything middle. You can see the double teams, you can see the cutters, you can see the space, you can map the court, you can see what's happening. This is just what it looks like. You're catching and you're just like me, make a move, me. You need to catch and be like, what's open, take what the defense gives, boom. Okay, defense is overloading in the middle, jab middle, go baseline. Catch, and as you're opening up, oh, there's no one in the middle, so boom, jab baseline, go middle. So yeah, I always teach opening up to the middle. Maybe they did middle and baseline, but it looks like he's specifically teaching opening up this way, because he does it the same on the other side. But yeah, I just think it's a bad habit. Again, in high school, this is fine. Like, it's not really going to matter. AAU doesn't matter. But yeah, I do know once you get to college, once you get to playing professionally, once you play higher levels, it matters. All this stuff matters. These details matter. Might as well teach them now. Fundamentally, foundationally, might as well teach them now. Pushing tire. Good luck. Have fun. Stuff is fine. Good conditioning stuff. This is not easy. I'd be really surprised if he goes and dunks this. Yeah, that's pretty tough. This guy's pretty athletic. If this is Delson, I don't think this is Delson. I'm not sure. Whoever this guy is, pretty athletic. This is probably fine to do. I don't do this sort of stuff. I think it's fine to do though. Sometimes it's fun, motivational. Works on. It's kind of hard work, hard work, motor stuff. And it's better than just not ever doing stuff like this. But even that, so again, this is why I'm not a fan of tying multiple things together. Again, if this is just like end of workout, rah-rah thing, whatever, that's fine. But if it's like to specifically make someone be able to dunk while they're tired, again, this is when all this stuff matters. So this is why that first step stuff matters to me so much. Running stairs, for example, your legs are going to burn out and get really tired. If you can keep pushing and going full speed till you get to the top of the steps, you'll unlock like a new kind of gear whenever you're in a game and your legs are really tired and you're like, oh, I can keep pushing, I can keep exploding, I keep going for a little bit longer because you've got that mental practice. So here you're doing the tire hops, you get really tired, and then your first step doesn't get you past the defense. So now in a game, he's going to tire his legs out. And then it's like, oh, my first step, I'm used to being able to do the twinkle toes and chop my feet and get past the defense. Tell me if this move would explode past the defense. And I know that's not the point. I know the point of it isn't to explode past the defense. But to me, I'm like, you always want to be applying these things. I'm very detail oriented, and that's one of the reasons I critique everyone so much, but I think the details are so important and we just skip over them so much. He's athletic though. And I think the footwork and everything becomes way more important when you're tired. You look at his footwork, he steps with the opposite foot. He's doing a crossover step now. He's doing a completely different drive. So what it looks like when he gets tired, his brain is going to default to a crossover step. But if you were just back here working on your onside step or a different step than what we were doing earlier, then it's like, well, what was all that work for? Now we're just going back to old habits. Again, these are small. This is less critique on the trainers and the workout than it is of just, this is what I see in the industry. Crossover step. still, I mean, this is tough. What they're doing is extremely hard. It's extremely impressive. So not knocking it. And again, I see a lot of this with trainers. It's I don't need to see much more. This is just like a good, you can tell like the guys doing this, like love it. This is good if in regards to keeping kids off the street, in regards to getting kids in the gym, in regards to like getting the ball in their hands, like this is still good. In regards to number one trainer in the country, I've not seen anything here to remotely make me think that this is a even top 10% trainer because when you make wild claims like that is when I do kind of want to break things down a little bit more. I think this is good. If I had a kid that was in high school and I didn't want to train them, like I'd feel comfortable with this person training my kids. Like, this is a fine workout. This is going to make kids better. Is this going to make kids, is this what kids need to become elite? Like, no, it's not, but this will make you better. You got the ball in your hands. You're working on some conditioning, obviously. You're getting to get shots. You're getting reps. You're still working on some moves and doing stuff. This is still fine training. This is really good. Number one trainer in the country, though. Again, this is not going to develop elite players. Elite players will come through this program and probably be fine, but this is not going to take a kid that was not going to be elite and then make them elite. It's not teaching. Like, to me, the details haven't been shown enough to really elevate someone. Again, this is 5 minutes of a practice session of someone who has hundreds and hundreds of videos. So this is a very small critique, but I did get specifically asked my thoughts, and I just figured I'd give my quick, what are we at, 15 minutes or so thoughts. So that was fun. I liked it. Like I said, probably not a lot of things I would personally drill or teach, but again, I don't know the background between the players. I don't know the background between the coaches, and what the workout was specifically designed for and all that. So this is just outsider knowledge. So otherwise it's pretty decent. Yeah. Thank you guys for sending it through, and yeah, we'll keep finding new videos to critique and just talk trash on just everyone, I suppose. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. See you in the next one.